Yeah. So thank you so much, Justine and Segalin, for organizing this event, for being with us and agreeing this meeting. It's actually very important for all of us, for all our industries, and of course for all our classes, because to see your experience, to know about your clusters, it's important not only for the specific clusters of your industry, but also for others, because it's one of the best examples which I ever seen. So we are really glad for such a possibility and opportunity to have you here. Again, unfortunately, we do not have a lot of people because of blackouts which we have right now in Ukraine, but all records from all meetings which we organize right now, it's open for all our members, for all members of Ukrainian Cluster Alliance, and also for small and medium enterprises, which we are working with CMC4Ukraine, Association of Management Consultants. That is why our, main right now, one of our activities is to share the information which we have, to share contacts which we have, and to support Ukrainian business and Ukrainian companies to survive and to proceed their work. Again, thank you so much for your participation, for agreeing to make a speech and to make a presentation for us. We would be happy, actually, according to our program, and I announced the program. I even would like to show you that we made even small banner for our meeting, and yeah, just a second, I will show it to you. And yeah, so yeah, yes, you see, and according to our program, we agreed that it will be a short presentation about your global cosmetic cluster. Then we would be happy to know about this exhibition, which you had 360 cosmetic, and then maybe you will tell us a bit about the project which you will have with our Ukrainian Association of Perfumery and Cosmetic. It's really interesting for all of us. Yeah, and of course, we also would like to make a short presentation about Ukrainian Cluster Alliance and CMC Ukraine. So if you don't mind with this program, I think we could start.
Perfect for us, no worries. Well, we've prepared a little presentation with Justine to explain you a bit about all this, exactly in the way you told us. We'll focus a little bit on Cosmetic Valley France first, as the founder and also coordinator of Global Cosmetics Cluster, which is an international association. So it's more focused on both activities, and then we'll focus on tools that could be relevant and open for your companies, for companies from Ukraine to use. And we'll be able, of course, to talk about the different projects we could involve Ukrainian people and companies in. So the idea is really to present you quite rapidly, not to bother you with too many things, and to be able also to answer questions and to discuss afterwards with pleasure, after learning also on your side. So we'll share the presentation with Justine. Both I will start, and Justine will keep going on the second part, which are more the tools. And of course, don't hesitate. Any question will be open to answer. It's really the idea to discuss today also, to know each other and to discuss. So just a little introduction before starting. Who are we? I'm Ségolène Leloutre. I'm in charge of the international partnerships for Cosmetic Valley and working for Cosmetic Valley France for, well, 14 years, yeah. Justine, do you want to?
Yes, and I'm Justine Egon. So the colleague of Ségolène, and I'm in charge of the European dynamic of Cosmetic Valley.
Justine, do you share or do I share? I can. It's open on my thing.
Okay, perfect.
Let me know if you can see it. Can you see it correctly?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, perfect. So let's start. So just before going to the international, European and international part, I wanted to introduce you who are we, from which association cluster we are coming from, Justine and I. So we are part of Cosmetic Valley France. Just to let you know about the French cosmetic market, well, the data in 2018, it was about 11 billion euros and 15% of the European market. And in fact, it's a whole ecosystem I will focus on right after, but it's gathering 3,200 companies on the whole value chain. And most of them, it's 80% are SMEs. So it's, of course, we have all the big ones, the big brands, all know from the luxury one, Dior, Chanel, Hermes, etc., etc. Yeah. Most of them are SMEs, and our job is to boost the development for the SMEs. In France, it's 250,000 employees working for the cosmetics industry. It's about 45 billion euro of turnover, and in the balance, how can I say? It's in fact it's the first exporter at a worldwide level for the cosmetic industry. It's also not only companies, but also all the ecosystem with research and innovation and training organization, and also labs, private labs working for the cosmetic industry. So this is just a key data for the market, French cosmetic market. If I focus on the association, on the cluster Cosmetic France, well, it was created in 1994, the association, but in fact, it's coming from activity in the cosmetic industry. Well, the history of the cosmetic in France, but why did we start in Chartres? So Chartres is an hour west from Paris, so really close to Paris. And in fact, it started in the 70s, gathering a lot of companies in that region. So that's why Cosmetic Valley was born in 94 in that area, West area. But now Cosmetic Valley is gathering the whole ecosystem on the whole French territory. So any company, even in the island at the other side of the world, if they are French, can be part of the association. In 2021, we even got a larger area in the sense that we found what we call Global Cosmetics Cluster, which gather cosmetic cluster worldwide. I will focus on right after, but it was just to give you a bit the history of it. I was talking about the value chain. It's very important to have that in mind, and I guess you really understand, since you're part of this industry too, that Cosmetic Valley is not only gathering brands. The idea is we are a B2B cluster, so it's the whole value chain from raw materials, OEM, packaging, well, primary and secondary, brands, research and trainings, testing and analysis, equipments, etc. All the services of regulation, for example, all the skills we need in order to have final product to be on the market. So we are gathering the whole industry, and brand companies are all over this industry. Well, just in keywords, what are our mission as cluster, as competitiveness cluster? Well, 4 main activities: connecting the know-how, of course, networking, matchmaking, making people know each other in order to boost business and innovation, of course, developing expertise. So we are organizing congresses, for example, tomorrow and the day after, it will be the Congress dedicated to regulation, gathering about 700 people dedicated to regulation. So it's training and update on regulation. It's an example. The third is to boost research and innovation, collaboration, collaborative project on, once again, the whole value chain, not only developing new products, developing new ingredients, new test process, etc. And of course, the fourth one is the international support, thanks to being present on exhibitions, for example, organizing our own exhibition, which is an international one, which is called Cosmetics 360. We will talk about it right after. And of course, managing and coordinating what we call Global Cosmetics Cluster. So let's focus on that part, if you're okay. It was just a quick introduction about Cosmetic Valley France. In fact, we just to let you know, we are a team about 20 people, a bit less than 20 people, managing the whole association and managing all the membership and activities to organize all those activities. So if we focus on the international dynamic, we were talking about Global Cosmetic Cluster. Today, it's an association that was created a bit more than a year ago, really, but founded in the idea earlier. It gathered today 19 cosmetics cluster, or cluster with a part of cosmetic in 17 countries. So in fact, it's like our colleagues all over the world. No, well, some part are missing, but still it's already the main network, the first network of that kind that exists. And the main ideas is to share good practice and work common projects between clusters. But of course, that all this has to benefit to our members, to our companies, to our labs, in order to boost innovation and to boost business, of course, worldwide. And to represent, of course, also the industry. So just the history. Sorry, I cannot see if you have comments or anything, but no worry, I will answer a question if you have some afterwards. Just to have the history about that, well, the idea of Cosmetic Valley was having some collaborative MOU partnerships, one-to-one partnerships for many, many years. And in fact, it was just one here. And in 2016, we decided, in fact, to gather everyone in the framework of Cosmetics 360 we had launched a year before. And the idea was, well, we have partnership, but the idea is to put everyone around the table, because we all have the same aim, is to develop the cosmetic industry and to help our companies to develop. So we gather them all around the table and discussing and meeting. In 2019, we developed the name of Global Cosmetic Cluster, and we also developed the European branch of it, since we got the chance to have support from the European Commission to boost the internationalization of SMEs. So it's what we call Global Cosmetic Cluster Europe. And this project just finished, but the dynamic is still going. We will be able to discuss about that also afterwards. In 2021, as I told you, last year, we officialized the association. We decided to make it as an association, independent association with legal status. So we had our first General Assembly a month ago. But main mission, a bit more detailed than earlier. When main mission are, of course, first connecting people to boost business and R&D opportunity between all of us. So between Spanish and Colombian, between Japanese and Taiwanese, between USA and French, whichever, to boost collaboration, to find and offer partnerships in the whole value chain once again. It's also to find skills or technology we don't have in our own country and to find it in our partners' countries. And facilitate also the link between SMEs, but not only, also with major brands or distributors in the different countries. So it's connection. Next mission, which is very important also, is education, in order to give content to our companies about markets, about regulation, about the ecosystem in different countries, to understand the market and to see if it's relevant or not to develop collaboration with them. It's global level information exchange between us. So it's giving information to the others, but also receiving from the others. And the third main mission is inter-cluster activities, because Cosmetic Valley, as you saw, is quite old, if I can say that. But some are very new clusters, or only on one little, it's not pejorative, but on a small part of the value chain. And the idea is to learn from each other and to discuss. So it takes time. Even if we know each other from a few years already, it still takes time to know each other deeply and to know who's doing what in the cluster in order to learn from each other, and why not building some project together. So it's also find some speakers for an event from another country because they have a specific expertise or something like that. So I hope it's clear for you. Don't hesitate for questions. This was a quick introduction. I will give the floor to my colleague Justine in order to go deeper in some tools that could be used for you, by you, sorry, that we would agree to share and to open to you. So it's to give you example, and after we can go deeper on some others. So Justine, is your time.
Alexander has a question.
Yeah, maybe just to better understand, Ségolène, about the value cluster looks in such lines, because it's really impressive, you know, such network of in your project. But in the mentioned missions, you have three like pillars, education, R&D, so on. So what cluster appreciate the most, or what are the most focused? Because, well, I suggest that maybe it's not so easy, because knowing that country compete on the market and cluster compete as well. So what is your experience? Where is the area of real cooperation? Where do you feel some, I don't know, some kind of competition, something like that? Yeah. How it's going on?
You're completely right on that. Of course, we are all competitors. Even I didn't focus on the European dynamic, but maybe I can take that example. In fact, during this project we had for 4 years, about 4 years at a European level, let's take that one first. We decided together, well, the main aim was internationalization of SMEs. So we had funds from Europe to develop activity on that. But the idea was not to do each of us on our side activities. The idea was to put it in the same pot, if I can say, to share the money and to have common activities. So in fact, we decided to focus collectively on some countries. So we selected 5 target markets. On the other, we didn't talk about that, we focused on that. And we decided to make specific activities on those 5 markets. Market intelligence was one. So we bought, if I can say, we didn't vote, but we bought the service. We developed market study on those 5. And all the content of it, we work together. What are we waiting for? What we would like to have? And the final market study is shared with all the members of the European partners of this project. Still on market intelligence, the Spanish one, for example, had access to a specific market intelligence tool. And in fact, they developed some bulletins on those 5 markets, but the tool was paid by the fund we had. So the content was shared with all of us. The mission we organized in the different countries, same thing. We took some time, each of us, to build it, to create that mission, to make it the most relevant for the companies, and all cluster could bring some companies for that. So in fact, we decided to focus on 5 countries, saying that together we would be even stronger, because we don't all have the money by ourselves to do all that job, all those activities, but together we managed to do it. So the result is for everyone. Of course, afterwards, when we are doing the mission, for example, each one is promoting French cosmetic or Spanish cosmetic. Of course, it's part of the game, but this is at a company level. So we could have competitors in the mission, but it was their job during the mission to do their business force, or to use their strengths to promote their activity. And at an international level, well, it's a huge association. I mean, it's countries from Asia, from America, from Europe, a bit from Africa, a bit from Latin America. We don't have the same culture either. So this is part of the work we have to develop, and still. So we are still most on the first step, knowing each other, learning from each other. The idea is not to do too many activities because we're going to lose people. It's to go straight to the point. So learning from each other, who is who, who's doing what, how can I work with you? Maybe I'm organizing a competition. I will talk about, Justine will talk about that right after. I'm organizing a competition, but the idea is to have an international selection committee. I could ask my colleagues from the other country, it's what we are doing. Well, would you have a researcher that will be available to take part to that selection committee? Or the Thailandese are organizing a big event. They were looking for speakers. Well, they asked all of us who would like to speak. Anyone could take part of it. And we managed to do it that way. And on the education part, in fact, what we've done this year is we propose each cluster to organize a specific webinar on one topic of their choice, promoting in a way their expertise, but giving, it was not a commercial webinar. It was a topic to discuss, but it was some expert from their country organizing this event. And in fact, it was a way to share and to discuss about one topic, but promoting in a way some of their actors. So it's win-win also activity. I hope I answer your question.
Yeah, thanks.
So it's just example like this, but in any case, it's step by step. And of course, some people are like looking first, but we have to push everyone to commit in a way to get involved in it.
Yeah, right.
It takes time, but really, they are all convinced about this, and it's important to do it. It just takes time about that, to do that.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm going to present you some example of tool we can propose to SMEs in order to boost their internationalization with different objectives, and depending on the SME needs. We propose some tool to inform on international cosmetic markets, to help to find expertise and new partners, business or R&D partners, and to increase their visibility at European and international level. The tool I'm going to present you are provided either by Cosmetic Valley and also or by GCC, a Global Cosmetic Cluster. So first of all, it's the Go International webinars in order to get information on cosmetic markets from all around the world. This webinar are organized in the framework of the international network, a Global Cosmetic Cluster, and it's organized by each association, international association. So for example, you can see in the list on the 2022 program, we have organized a webinar on K-beauty, for example, on raw materials, supply chain, etc. Yes. But maybe we can go further on each tool just after, but I'm just like to present you rapidly, quickly the list. We have also market studies and information bulletin in order to give information available online, give information to SMEs, information on cosmetic markets from South Korea, USA, India, Mexico, Emirates. And it's free for European SMEs. So it's possible to have access to this great information. After we have the B2B business place. Sorry, my connection is bad, so the slides are very slow. Yes, the business place. So it's an opportunity to connect SMEs, first at European level, but next year we will connect SMEs at international level. The goal is to publish your offer or demand and to find new partner or new expertise. So it's online and it's free for European SMEs. So it's a very good opportunity to find partner expertise, and it's dedicated to the whole value chain of the cosmetic industry, not just end products, but the whole value chain. So yes, the three tool I have just present you were tool organized, developed in the framework of the Global Cosmetic Cluster network. So it was common tool. So it's not tool provided just by Cosmetic Valley. It's a common work we did with our international partner from all around the world. So it's an example of what Ségolène has presented just before. And now I'm going to present you a tool that Cosmetic Valley can propose. It's French services dedicated to our members, but we have opened these services at international level in order to create an international collaboration between our French member and the world. So the first activity is Cosmetics 360, so the international exhibition dedicated to the innovation and solution for the cosmetic industry. So it's a big exhibition organized every year in Paris, mid-October. So next year will be 18th, 19th October. So it's around more than 200 exhibitors from the whole value chain of the cosmetic industry. And the goal of this exhibition is not to present our product. The goal is to present an innovation. So it's for this reason that we call it the exhibition dedicated to innovation in the cosmetic industry. And it's dedicated to the whole value chain of the cosmetic industry. It's an international exhibition, and so we have around 50 countries represented in this exhibition. And we have both formats. It's in presence in Paris, but it's online also. We have developed a platform in order to give the possibility to every SMEs to have access to the exhibitor and innovation. Next slide, please.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking for the.
We have also the Open Innovation Service. So the goal of this service is to present an innovative project to an exchange with major companies. So it's a service dedicated to a project holder. So it can be startup, researcher, SMEs also. The goal is to present an innovation and to have the opportunity to exchange with, for example, L'Oréal, Chanel, VMH, etc. So it's a very relevant tool if you have an innovation in the whole value chain of the cosmetic industry. And the last one is the Cosmetic Victories. So it's an international competition open to a project holder that have an innovation or a solution for the cosmetic industry value chain. Once again, we propose two prizes. So the academic prize in order to promote and reward the excellence of the research. And we have also the industry prize for the best innovation of the year. So the price is 10,000 euros. So one prize per prize, one winner for the academic prize and one winner for the industry prize. The winner because there are two winners, have also the recognition by the profession and an international exposure, because the jury is composed by a first jury composed by international researcher and a second jury composed by R&D director of big company in France, such as L'Oréal, LVMH, etc. So it's a great recognition by the profession. It's free to apply. We organize this competition every year, and for 2023, the application are open until end of January 2023. Yes, and that's all for the presentation. But I just would like to add that we have set up a European project. We submitted a European project some months ago in order to structure and coordinate the European cosmetic industry and to connect academic and industrial around key subject of innovation of the cosmetic industry. So I cannot explain more because we have submitted the project and we are waiting for the
selection.
Yes, so I cannot say more, but it's a very big project with a budget of 4 million euros, and the goal is to have European funds to support the cosmetic industry, to support industrial and academic actors, to connect the actors in order to develop innovative projects. So it's a very great project, and we have also Cosmetic Valley is the coordinator of this project, and the Association of Performing Cosmetics of Ukraine is associated members of this project. So if we have the European funds to implement this project, Ukrainian cosmetic actor will be able to benefit of the activities we will implement in the framework of this project. So it was the first collaboration with the Ukrainian actors.
Good to know. Yeah, great news. Thanks, Justine. And in fact, I'm sorry. In fact, a question about innovation and competition with big brand, because it's really from our perspective, it's very difficult to imagine that small SME can compete with a big brand like you mentioned it, L'Oréal and other in innovation. So how it's going? How it's built this, maybe what's the place of SME? What's their role in innovation system? Because I cannot imagine that they,
it's huge. In fact,
huge?
in the competition, it's not open to majors. It's not open to groups. They will not apply. And for them to 10,000 euro or even taking part of this competition, but it's dedicated for small companies.
Okay.
So this is very important. And we didn't talk about that yet, but confidentiality. Confidentiality is very, very important in our job, since in any industry, it's always the same. People are scared that people are going to steal their expertise on this. In fact, our job is to be completely neutral as Cosmetic Valley. We are completely neutral. We are not we're not a branch of one or another company. And as I was saying from the beginning, it's 80% of SMEs. So our goal is really to help SMEs. Of course, we have good links with the majors, and they are also members of Cosmetic Valley. But it's a tool for us also, because we are helping them. We're helping the SMEs to open doors for the one who would like to work with majors. We're helping them to open doors in those big companies. So this is important to have that in mind also, but all the collaborative project and all this, we are very, very strict on confidentiality. This is very important.
Yeah, but my point was that in fact, they cannot develop some very innovative products, or I don't know.
In fact, huge one are waiting for SMEs. We were talking about open innovation. They are, it's the big ones, the Chanel, L'Oreal, and all these that are paying to have this service. Companies don't pay. Well, they just pay like 50 euros just to validate the meeting, but it's nothing. But the huge one are paying because they cannot go and see everywhere where they can find innovation. Of course, they have services for R&D, for innovation and all this inside, but they cannot invent everyone. They cannot think about everything. And they are all looking for partners, not just to buy them, but for partners to work with, because every single SME has a specific expertise.
Very interesting. Olia, I think there is a question in chat from Fedir.
Yeah, Fedir, maybe you also could open and say it.
It was the question on the side.
Yes, there is a question in our chat. Yes, how often do multinationals buy companies which are members of the cluster? And has that ever happened, actually?
On that part, well, of course, in any industry, companies are buying each other for a reason to develop external development. So it can be huge one, or it can be small one that want to develop. So of course, there are some companies that are buying others, but not only being big ones that are buying the small one. We can see in part of the value chain, for example, the raw material, the ingredient part, those last years, we really see that before we had a lot of small one, and same thing in the testing and analysis part. There were a lot of small ones, and now they are all gathering little by little, and they are getting big. Well, still we have different big ones, but they are gathering them together more and more. So we really see that trend. It's not in every part, and it's in any case, it's part of the business development to do external development, buying some complementary expertise or colleagues. But it's not only the big ones. This is important to have that in mind. And with this example of testing analysis and raw material, we see that it's a real trend to get more and more bigger. So it's not what we push to do, but it's part of it. We cannot stop it. It's not our idea, because it's also a way to develop and to be stronger. I don't know if it was part of your question, Fedia, but I hope I understood, answered the best way.
Super, thank you. Could you also give us some more information about how your partnership with Ukrainian Association happened and how it was? Because it's also interesting for all our clusters and for all our participants. How do you feel about it, and what would you say?
I would give the floor to Justine because she's the one who was in contact with you first.
Yes. For the history, I participated in the European expert group dedicated to clusters, where Alexander presented the Ukrainian Cluster Alliance, and I asked the European, Peter from the DG Grow, to have the contact to Alexander in order to contact the cluster, to know if it exists a cluster association or other dedicated to represent the cosmetic industry in Ukraine. And Alexander gave me the contact of Ivan from the Ukrainian Cluster Alliance, the Association of Perfumery Cosmetics of Ukraine. So I contacted Ivan, and he was very interested in collaborate with us in order to have link with not just Cosmetic Valley, but to have link with all the European cluster to have a first step of collaboration with Global Cosmetic Cluster Europe, to know how we are working all together, because as you saw just before, we have developed all together a lot of services dedicated to our SMEs at European level. So it's for this reason that we started the collaboration, and after I proposed him to join the European project, because I think it's a very good opportunity for Ukrainian SMEs and academic. Also, it's not just SMEs; it's also training and research organization, not just SMEs. So yes, it was the first step of collaboration, just to know each other. And to present how we collaborate at European level, because today we have a strong network. We have because we presented Global Cosmetic Cluster Europe, which is an association of cluster, a network of cluster, in order to go all together, to go together outside Europe. But we have also created another network, so a network involving not just the cluster, but also the complete ecosystem. So we have created a network involving public authorities, which has the cosmetic industry as a priority, regional priority, involving also research and training organization, development agency, etc. The goal is of this network called Go for Cosmetics. It's to represent the European cosmetic industry, involving all the actors working in the cosmetic industry, and it's very important to have the support of the public authority, which is supporting the cosmetic industry. So this network, Go for Cosmetics, has been labeled by the European Commission last year, labeled S3P, Smart Specialization Strategy Platform. I don't know if you know this word, but it's a label. We don't have funds to finance our network, but we have just the label, the certification of the European Commission, and with this certification, we are more eligible, if I can say like that, to get EU funds. So it's for this reason that we have created this network. We have asked for the label, for the certification, and now we are setting up European projects to have funds to finance services for our SMEs, for the cosmetic industry, for academic actors, for yes, the complete ecosystem. I hope I was clear because it's complicated, this network.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's so important for us, you know, and so important for our clusters to know how important the networking is, how important to be connected, and how, you know, just to see presentation of Alexander in one cluster talks or one cluster event, we just connect you to this association, and they've got a project probably, or at least networking. It is important for them. Actually, I don't know, Alexander, maybe you will make a short presentation about Cluster Alliance, just maybe some minutes. And I also will do a short presentation about SME support, because we do have also some cosmetic SMEs in our project. And then maybe we will have some time for the questions. Alexander, could you?
Yeah. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I should leave just in 5 minutes because I have a next meeting in 4 o'clock. I'd like just to make some points about this conversation, because first of all, thanks Ségolène and Justine for this for this meeting, and Olga, yeah, because for us it's really important to, you know, to be in touch with European cluster, especially with such you know, big and representative clusters and networks like yours. We have a bit confusion point with it's clear with our association of cosmetic. I think we'll, let's say, we'll make a good adjustment in some days, some weeks, because, well, there were some obstacles, but I think it's not so much important for our collaboration. Anyway, as Ukrainian Cluster Alliance, we're always ready for collaboration and to build large networks. Beside of this association, we can maybe, well, we can talk about some other clusters which deal with Nikarski trave, or how we say, yeah, you know, some
herbs, yes,
yeah,
some
herbs,
medical
like,
herbs, yes.
Yeah, raw materials for cosmetics. Yeah, we have already some good agricultural clusters in Ukrainian Cluster Alliance, so we can involve them. So this is my second point. Third one, it's about that for us, it's really what very demonstrative in your presentation. For us, it's really very useful, and we were looking at such example of you know, some such reference example when cluster collaborate, because it's also the open question, and we in our alliance we are looking such example when cluster can collaborate about what topics, what terms, what direction, especially go international, how cluster can collaborate. So I think your project, your example you showed, it's really great example. It's really, for us, it's reference point, and we can share this information among our cluster to motivate them to go to go the same way. So Olga, I think you can continue. Unfortunately, I should leave, but thanks again for this meeting, and let's keep in touch.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, merci bien. À la prochaine.
Sorry, I cannot speak in Ukrainian.
Yeah. Okay.
I should have learned a few words for today. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Alexander
Thanks.
actually spent two years, as far as I know, in France, so he knows some French words. Okay, thank you, Alexander. I'm sure it's very important for all our cluster alliance, and yeah, even though, you know, we try to engage more companies, but still, I'm sure it's very important. And again, we will disseminate this information. And I'm sure actually, if you could also share your presentation, it also will be great, because I saw some interesting links.
Very interesting.
If for our small and medium enterprises, it's for free, we would be happy to share it with them and to show it. Okay, so maybe I also would like to show you some words about I'm also, you know, I'm responsible for internationalization and export activities in our cluster alliance, but I'm also president of CMC Ukraine, and that is also one of the reasons why I would like to involve more small and medium enterprises to this meeting, because during the project, which right now we have about 500 enterprises, and we support them with consultancy support, yes, and some of them also we support with export and marketing, with such things. And one of our company, and actually we do have some from cosmetic and perfumery industry, but one of our company which we really would like to show to you, just a moment, it's some information about our project, is company Vesna, which is actually located in Bucha. I'm sure you heard about this small city, and it's a Ukrainian brand of natural cosmetic, hypoallergic cosmetic, and they also have a laboratory, so it's not just, you know, just mixing something. They also have a laboratory, and they have started their production from at 2015 in this small nice city, and actually they had some interesting and innovative unique recipes for their cosmetics. Unfortunately, of course, as most of this small city, it was the laboratory was destroyed by Russian invaders, and after that we took them to our project. We support them with consultancy support for them, and right now they are relocated to another city. They are relocated to Lviv, if I'm not mistaken, and they are working. So they are so strong, this company and group of these tiny women, which not just restart their production, they also restart their activities on innovation and of this natural cosmetics. And right now they produce their cosmetics for Ukrainian people and Ukrainian army, but they also want to be internationalized and more also export oriented for other markets, and we support them exactly in development of export activities. So this is also one of the reasons I'm not sure. I mean, we invited this company, but I'm not sure if they could join us again because of these blackouts. If anybody from Vesna is here, I don't know. Probably not. But could you also give us some I don't know, some ideas or insights how small and medium enterprises from your industry, from your branch, could cooperate with you and could participate in some events, or somehow also supported by your global cosmetic cluster? Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this example of cosmetic company that is very resilient, and as we just said, as Justine explained, is some of the content we have produced, some of the tools we have developed are open to any of the Ukrainian company that would like to use them. So really the tools we've just presented you are open to any of your companies, whether the opportunity of the competition. So you were just talking about this example of company that is very innovative. Of course, they are welcome to participate to this competition, and they will see that it's not a huge document to complete. It's simple, it's straight to the point. Why is my innovation innovative? What about it? It's really quite short to prepare, and well, they have up to the end of January, but they can start from now and modify it year by year up to the end of January. The Open Innovation Service also on Cosmetics 360.
May I interrupt you? So
Yeah.
it means that they could participate in this competition, and it has been started already, and the results will be until the end of January, correct?
Nope. The call for application, the application is from October last when we launched it in October up to January 31st. So they can apply online up to January 31st. And then the selection committee, the international selection committee, will choose the finalists for each prize, the industrial one and the research one. And the result will be, the finalists will be informed about the fact that they are part of the 3 finalists by the beginning of March. And the final ceremony and the official last speech in front of the final jury will be beginning of April.
And it means that they will be kind of showed and disseminated also for big players and for other companies, so which could open potential contacts or projects.
Exactly.
Or even,
it's the aim of it.
For them.
It's really to promote research project and industrial project, but of course, innovative. Whichever part of the value chain they can work, the company that apply can propose a new test to develop a new test to test whichever efficacy or whatever. Or it could be a new raw material, or it could be a new technology to produce, I don't know, makeup or whatever. It can be anything in the value chain, but innovative.
Super, super. May I disseminate this information all over our small and medium enterprises?
Wherever you want. It's super. Really made for that.
Super. Thank you so much. And I'm sure Ukraine will definitely submit some the application for this competition.
And the next step of it, in fact, this is the international competition. And in fact, all the applicants, if I can say, all the people who applied to this competition, we also, in a second step, proposed them to also apply, if I can say, to the Open Innovation Service in order to propose their activity if they wish. If they want to be connected with majors, it's what we call the Open Innov service that Justine just presented. It's a bit same idea. The idea here is to say, okay, I would like to develop collaboration with Chanel or LVMH or one of the majors. So I'm open to send this kind of information to them, and they will select in next September, just before the exhibition. They will select among all the proposal who they want to meet during Cosmetics 360. So they will have all the proposal, one in packaging, some in raw material, some in whatever. And if they are looking for people in packaging innovation, they will look all around and see, okay, I would like to meet them. And we match during Cosmetics 6. And it's not free because it's like 50 euro or something like that, just to validate, but it's like free.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much. But I heard that packaging industry also could participate.
Yeah, it's part of the value chain. We don't have any cosmetic product without packaging. Even the soap has a little paper around, well, it's
Exactly.
so yes, of course, packaging, glass.
Because we also
plastic.
have innovative packaging companies which could be used. I mean, could have application for cosmetic industry.
It
So-
can be also like IA in retail, for example, how to use IA in retail, or it could be, you know, digital services. It has, the keyword is cosmetic value chain and innovation. With that, you have the first step to enter the competition.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm sure that many our companies would like to. So we'll definitely disseminate this information. Okay, are there any questions from our participants? Yeah, again, sorry that yeah.
In the chat.
Yeah, there is a question in the chat.
I think that's a good demand to publish in the business place. So if a Ukrainian companies, SMEs, is looking for a partner, an expertise, etc., they will be able to publish the demand in the B2B business place, the platform we have developed at European level in order to facilitate between European from the world value chain. So I think that the question of FIDIR is really relevant to publish on the B2B business place. I'm going to put to write the link in the chat, but of course we will send you the presentation with all the link, and of course the Ukrainian SMEs are welcome on this platform. So it's a very great opportunity. So
maybe just to go a bit deeper on that topic of the B2B business place, up to now, the European partners of what we call Global Cosmetic Cluster Europe are part of this platform. From 2023, it will be open to all the Global Cosmetic Cluster worldwide to be part of this platform. But since we had discussion in September or even before, we discussed with that on the topic to involve Ukrainian companies in that platform from the beginning, and saying, if they wish, we can open it as soon as you wish, to be also available for you. There's just one key topic to discuss and to see who would be the referent, because in fact, not to go into detail, but in fact, each cluster has an administrative part. So every French company, Cosmetic Valley, we do receive the demand of each company saying, I would like to be part of this business platform. And I see they are members. Okay, you can enter. Okay, you can enter because they're a member of the dynamic. So the idea is to know on your side who would be the administrative actor, the one who will say, okay, you can enter. Okay, you can enter. So this is one part. But before organizing all that with you, so to be decided on your side, who will be the key contact and the one who click and goes often on it and click to validate the participation. What we can do is to publish an announce, a demand for you on our account saying our partner from Ukraine are looking for, and we can publish it from now. So Félia, if you wish to, if you are looking for partners to develop, for example, cosmetic for military uses and all this, in that case, if you're looking for partner, we can publish it from now on the platform on our account. It doesn't matter. And we put your link and all this on it, waiting for the organization of your specific Ukrainian account. I don't know if it seems that, yes.
Yeah, thank you so
answered.
much.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you so much.
So to be decided who on your side will be the key account, the administrative part, in order to give you it has to be not a private one. It has to be a cluster. So whether the Ukrainian Cluster Alliance, whether the cosmetic cluster, well, to be decided on your side. It's not our part, and you tell us, and we will create the account, and then every single company will be allowed to say, okay, I'm part of the Ukrainian cluster. Can I enter? And then.
Great. Sounds great. Actually, I think we will discuss it really internally with association. Yep, and maybe until the end of the week or next week, we will write you a letter. And it would be great, really, to be because it's also important for our companies. Thank you.
It's open. Welcome. Welcome.
We are, as Ukrainian Cluster Alliance, we are ready to do it. Yeah, but I think better to discuss it. Unfortunately, right now there is no this perfumery and cosmetic Ukrainian association. So I think I will contact them and we will clarify it.
As you prefer.
We are also for open cooperation, and it's everything should be open.
Yeah, no worry, as you wish.
Thank you so much. If anybody else has questions. No, it seems no, but we have so many opportunities and possibilities for our clusters and our sectors as SMEs. And actually, of course, we do have a good example how it should be. And I would like to thank you for your time, for your openness, and of course for possibilities to be part of your global cluster. It's a big honor for us. So, and actually I think I'm almost ready already to say that Ukrainian Cluster Alliance would like to be this key account, but I think I will communicate with association first.
Well, in fact, it was the first official discussion we all together. The idea is to keep going into discussion and to be open to have calls and go forwards together. So no worry, it's not in a rush. It's depending on what you wish on your side, what you wish to do, in which type of activity you want to be involved in a way, and how it can be useful and relevant for the cosmetic industry in Ukraine.
Okay, thank you so much, and looking forward for next our steps.
Yep, we'll be connected.
Yes, keep in touch. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you.
Yeah. And we'll share the presentation, no worry.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.